I caught what I thought was a behemoth smallmouth.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe. Yeah. Oh. Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Fishing with Calvin, and today we're back with another tournament vlog. It's been a minute since I posted a video. You guys know the deal, but we're just gonna be doing it like last time. I'm gonna be showing you guys the highlights of the tournament, and then I'll just be giving you guys a recap and just giving you guys a rundown of what happened. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into it. So we get on the water about 7. We just start the day by ripping. We're fishing Milford Reservoir, and this is like one of the biggest lakes in Kansas. And so you could really cover some water on this lake. We're actually going so fast that I almost lost my tackle bag with all my camera gear. Probably hundreds of dollars worth of tackle in it. My partner was Bobby. I didn't tell Bobby this, but I grabbed it like at the last minute as it was like flying out the boat. But anyway, we're pulling up to the first spot, and just like last time, just like the Bone Creek tournament, someone took the spot we were getting a fish. So we had to find another spot, and so we pull up to this main lake point. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks juicy. It looked like it was going to be holding some fish. I started out by throwing a Strike King square bill, and I think Bobby was throwing a crankbait as well. And so we go down this bank for about 30 minutes, something like that, and just not a bite. And so we decide to move. We actually go further down this bank and fish like a cove and a bridge, and again, no bites. And at this point, we're about 2-3 hours into the tournament, and just, it's not looking good for us. It's just like Bone Creek. We're not catching them early. And this is what I think was one of our biggest mistakes. We didn't find the fish early enough. The winners actually caught their first fish like that. So again, we moved to another point, but the difference from this point from the last point was this point had tons of drop-offs, and it was just holding fish. Like at one point you'd be in 16 feet of water, and then you just drift a couple feet off and you'd be like 4 feet of water. It was crazy. I started out by throwing the tube, and I think Bobby kept throwing the crankbait. Didn't take me long though before I switched to old reliable, the Ned rig. And like within a couple casts of throwing the Ned rig, I hooked the very first fish of the day. Oh, there's one, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Might be a decent one.
Huh?
I said it might be a decent one.
Oh, it's probably just small. Hey, you got one though.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Whew.
There you go, you measure that one. The board's up there. We're here.
Yeah. Couple casts with the Ned rig.
What is it?
13. Yeah. Just to get that first bite of the day felt really good. Like the Bone Creek tournament, I didn't get my first bite until like a couple hours before the end of the tournament, so felt good to get that first fish. Fish ended up measuring 13 inches, and it's decent. It's not bad for that lake. So after this fish, we just spot lock, and Bobby starts throwing Z-Man Ned rig as well. And Bobby was actually the perfect partner for this tournament. He actually loves Z-Man products, and so it matched up perfectly with me. He was showing me his storage compartments, and they were just chock full of Z-Man stuff. It was crazy.
This is where you get the bag, Calvin. That's a Z-Man. That one's a Z-Man.
Damn. And he even got me to change to the Z-Man weedless Ned heads like this. If you guys like throwing Ned rigs and haven't tried out the Z-Man weedless net heads, they are so awesome. Saved me a lot of money that tournament, because the net rigs get hung up so much. And at like a couple casts later, I catch a dink right under the boat. Oh, I got another one. It's little though.
It counts.
Yeah.
There's a pair of pliers right here if you need it.
Alright, I think I should have it.
Measure his out. You mark him down if he's over 12. I'm not 100% sure. Probably.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah, it doesn't even reach 10. Unfortunately, it was right under the minimum length for the tournament, but at least we know where they're at now. And so we just keep the boat spot locked and keep fishing this point. And then it was Bobby's turn. Bobby catches his first fish of the day. Oh, you got one? You need the net? Nice. His was another 13-incher, and instead of throwing like right up next to the bank like I was doing, he was actually casting out further off the point where it was a little bit deeper, and that's where he caught that fish. And then I started throwing a little bit deeper, and I caught what I thought was a behemoth smallmouth.
So you throw that green bug color?
Yeah.
I thought the way it was looking like through those gills, kind of a purple color. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Hold on.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a real nice one, I think. Ah.
Drum.
Well.
It's a good one, but I don't think it counts for nothing. You got the right idea.
Yeah.
Now if you catch a smallmouth like that, that'd be great.
I mean, it was the size I needed, just not the right species. And then I got a couple more bites, but I pretty much stopped catching them. Bobby catches another one, but this time it's a largie. Nice.
So fat stuff too.
This was our first largie of the day. It was a 13.5-incher. Now we got 3 out of 10 possible fish for our limit, and we're a few hours into the tournament. Then, just like a light switch, we just stopped catching them. We can't get any bites. Start to reposition the boat, cast at different angles, and they're just not having it. So what we do, we move into the cove from the point, and nothing, so we can come out of it. And we're now at the boat ramp just adjacent from that point, and Bobby sticks one of the more random fish catches of the day, but it was a pretty dang nice one. Good stuff. Right by the ramp.
Yeah, right by the ramp.
It came off of a big old boulder just jutting out into the lake, and so that's where that one came off of. It ended up measuring 14 1/4, and so we just kept fishing this bank. Now that I'm looking back at it though, I think we should just cruise to another point, because that's where the majority of the fish were holding. But after a while, we didn't get many bites. We didn't get any more bites, and we decided to move to another point. This was actually another spot another angler showed him, but we fished this for a while, and I got a bite or two, but not too much was popping. So I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to get a little desperate. I started out the day by catching 2 fish, and now it's coming slow again. So then, since that spot didn't produce, we moved into a little cove with some timber sticking up and fished that for a minute, but all I got there was a snag. But it actually turned out okay though, because While I was retying, Bobby was just drifting, and as soon as I get my Ned rig tied on, I take a cast, and like magic, a smallmouth is on the other end of my bait. First chest.
There we go, yeah. Well done about it. Damn, we got good.
It was another one of the more random fish catches of the day. Wasn't on a point or really anything. So after this, we keep fishing this bank for a little bit and try to catch his friends, but they just were not biting. And so we moved to another bank with just some more little points jutting out, and the very first point we hit was holding some fish that I needed pretty dang badly at this point. And that's all you get to see of that fish. Unfortunately, my GoPro died like right after the hook set. It never fails. Never freaking fails. But anyway, this was my first large of the day, and one that helped pretty significantly because it was a 14.5. And then you guys won't believe this. I put in another battery to my GoPro. Don't turn the thing on like a bonehead. Take another cast, exact same spot, and catch another one. So I start recording after I hook it. Let's go.
There's another one. I ain't caught up.
And so not only was this fish caught in the exact same spot, but it was also another largie, and it was another 14.5 incher. We haven't been catching like largemouth all day, and then we catch two in the exact same spot and the exact same size. These two fish really helped me, and now I'm tied up with Bobby. We each got 4 fish, needing one more each to fill our limits. And at this point, we got about 2.5 hours left in the tournament. Then we just continue fishing the pattern. We fished pretty much every point on the way up to the dam. Eventually, we come across another point holding some good fish. It's like a rock ledge. It's weird. It's just a flat drop, and like the top of it's underwater. You could clearly see the top of it, and then it just drops straight off. And so this is what we were fishing, the big old rock ledge that fish were just chilling and feeding around. We had the boat sitting in about 40 foot of water, and it was just like 10 feet off the bank. Bobby was able to catch his 5th keeper of the day right off this rock ledge. Nice. Yep. Good stuff.
Right off the edge of that rock. I got it on a spot lock.
Cool.
We'll hit and just start dropping around that edge of that rock. Might be another one.
That should be an upgrade, right?
Better be.
So now Bobby's got his limit, and now I just need to get mine. So we spot locked at this spot for a minute, and I catch what could have been my 5th keeper of the day. Melbourne? I haven't.
smallmouth tennis got box in it.
Oh, really?
Me and my buddy don't call it. Didn't?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. My bad.
Go back in again.
Dang. I've watched that clip just too many times, and I was so freaking mad on it because I was starting to get a little bit desperate. I was like, am I gonna catch this fifth fish? Because I knew the first place team would have they'd have limits, and I was starting to wonder if I'd catch my fifth fish. And tournaments, you can't be losing fish like that. That probably was my biggest fish of the day so far, and I just let it jump. Should have kept some more tension on it and maybe just held it down, held my rod tip down, but it got off, so it's whatever. Then Bobby catches another fish. Get the net.
Yeah, that's what you go down.
Oh, missed another one. Yeah. But the sucky thing was that fish didn't help us. Had I caught that one, that would have helped us by like 15, 14, or 13 or 14 points. Now that one really got in my head. I was like, man, if I could have caught that one fish, then we'd both have limits and we'd both be just trying to catch a bigger one. But, so it put a little bit of pressure on me. So we keep fishing this rock ledge a little bit more. I get a bite or two more, and I just couldn't connect. So we move over to the dam and start fishing this. We fish about 50 yards and just nothing. No bites, no snags. We don't get nothing for about 50 yards, and then a little bit past halfway, we start just catching them. Like every 6-7 casts, we'd get a fish. Not a fish, but a bite. First one to start us off almost caught me slipping. I was dragging my net right behind the boat, which I probably shouldn't have been doing, but I was doing. And I went to reel up, and there's a little bit of tension on the end of my line. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. And it turned out the fish was just as big as what it felt like on the end of my line. So that fish didn't help our cause. Then Bobby catches one, but right on cue, my GoPro dies, and you don't get to see the fish fight, but I get another GoPro battery in, and you get to see the end of his fish, which was a pretty nice one. It was a 15.5, which actually helped us a little bit. He got to upgrade his fish. Good one. $18 and a half?
15.
Oh, 15. Yeah. And so now I still need my 5th fish. And I'm going to tell you guys what happened for the end of the tournament, because all my GoPros died at this point. So like I said, the bite actually did turn up. Okay, so I catch a couple nice ones, Bobby catches a couple nice ones, and we even doubled up once, which was pretty cool. But I'll show you a picture of one of the nicer ones I caught, one of the ones that was able to upgrade. But yeah, I wish we had more time, because I know we could have caught more fish on this dam. We could have upgraded more, but we had to go in. The tournament was over, and so here's the results of the tournament. Out of 5 boats, we just didn't do well enough. We got 4th place out of 5 boats. But the good thing was that out of those 5 boats, from first place to last place, there was only a couple pounds difference. And so, meaning, if we would have caught like one more kicker, we might have had a chance to place in the money. You know, you win some, you lose some. It's just wasn't our day. So, a breakdown on what I would have changed if we were fishing this tournament again. I feel like first off, we didn't follow the pattern as much as we should have. We knew they were on points. Once we knew that, then we should have just fished those points. Like, we shouldn't have fished any other bank. Like, once one point dried up, then we just go to another point. I think that's one thing we really messed up on. Of course, there was a couple random fish in some random places, but overall, like, the majority of fish were holding on points. And then second, I think we were just a little bit too stubborn on the Ned rig. As a lot of you guys know, the Ned rig is just a smallmouth catching bait. You'll catch probably a lot more smallmouth than largemouth on a Ned rig. Like, the first place team, their limit was actually all largies, and largies, they're generally a little bit longer than smallmouth, and so that's definitely helped them out in their lengths, their measurements. And so we caught a few. There's like a bee or something on me. It's like trying to get the honey off my, trying to get the yellow off my freaking sweater. But yeah, we caught a few largies, but like to catch a whole limit of largies, that they were just doing something different. And so yeah, we could have switched to like a jig or something. The first place team, I think they said they couldn't catch any keeper smallmouth, which was crazy because we were catching all keeper smallmouth. Yeah, I don't want to drag this video on longer than it has to be. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. If you're watching Fishing with Calvin, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Oh, just in time. Say what? Camera is too hot. That's what it's saying. Said that 4 times already. My camera's not too hot.